Hello guys, I'm Karthik SP from SBC CSC branch, and today I'm gonna video present biology assignment, and the topic is the human heart. So let's start. So let's begin with the introduction part. The human heart anatomy and its function. Brief overview of the presentation content. Overview of the circulatory system, and explain the role of the circulatory system in the body. Mention the significance and the central organs of the system. And third one, we are going to cover up location and size of the heart, uh, include statistics about the heart size and weight, heart's location in the chest, and we are going to discuss external anatomy of the heart with a lead level diagram. Uh, Next is the internal anatomy of the heart. Uh, the sixth slide goes through blood flow through the heart. Uh, Seventh is heart valves and their functions. There are mainly four heart valves present. Next is the cardiac cycle. The cardiac cycle and its events occurred as well as each phases with each label diagram. Next is the coronary circulation. The 12th is the heartbeat regulation. 13th is that the heart health and common conditions. 14th is the last but conclusion. So let's start. Heart, human heart introduction. It includes mainly of pericardium, atria, ventricular septum, valves, as well as coronary arteries and veins, papillary muscles, and chordiotendae. Heart is surrounded by a protected double-layered sac called as the pericardium. The heart has two upper chambers called as the atria. Ventricles also contains have two chambers known as ventricle systems. Septum, the heart is divided into right as well as left side by a muscular wall called as a septum. Heart has four valves that regulate the blood flow and prevent backflow through during contractions. Coronary arteries and veins. The heart owns blood supply is provided by the coronary arteries and drained by the coronary veins. Next is the papillary muscles and chordiotendae. These structures are part of the valve apparatus that helps prevent valve proplace by anchoring the AV valves to the walls of the ventricles. So the one more slide talks about oxygenated blood transfer to the left atrium through the lungs through the pulmonary veins. Next, deoxygenated blood returns to the right atrium from the body to the superior and inferior vena cava. Right atrium contracts and blood flows through the tricuspid valve and the right ventricles. Left ventricle contracts powerfully, pumping oxygenated blood through the aortic valve and aorta for distribution to the rest of the body. So yeah, this is the heart anatomy. Consists of superior vena cava, inferior vena cava. On the left side you have a right pulmonary valve, and on your right side you have a left pulmonary valve. Next, later on down, if you go downwards, you have tricuspid valve as well as bicuspid valve. Has three kinds of layers: epicardium, myocardium, as well as the endocardium. So the second part of it is human heart function. Uh, Human heart function mainly will cover about blood circulation. Mm, Main function of it is to pump the blood through the body and ensuring a continuous flow of oxygenated blood as well as deoxygenated blood to and from the various organs and tissues. Next is the pulmonary circulation. Right side of the heart is responsible for pulmonary circulation. Systematic circulation. Left side of the heart is involved in the systematic circulation. Heart valves has four valves: the tricuspid valve, mitral valve, which separates the atria from the ventricles, and the pulmonary valve. Aortic valve, which separates the ventricles from the pulmonary as well as aorta, respectively. Human heart functions has mainly these four or five kinds of functions, which may include cardiac cycle, heart conduction system, coronary circulation, the regulation of the heart rate, maintaining the blood pressure. The cardiac cycle refers to the series of events that occurs during one heartbeat. Heart has a specialized conduction system that generates and coordinates electrical impulses to generate the heartbeat. Heart has its own blood supply to the coronary arteries. The heart rate is regulated by the autonomous nervous system, especially the sympathetic and parasympathetic divisions. By maintaining blood pressure with the force, the heart helps maintain blood pressure, which is essential for proper circulation and the organ functions. Human heart structure. So it consists of pericardium, atria, ventricles, coronary circulus, auricles. So the pericardium, the heart is enclosed and protected by tough as well as double-layered membrane called as pericardium. Heart has two chambers known as atria. The heart also contains two lower chambers known as ventricles. A groove known as the coronary circulus encircles the heart and separates the atria from the ventricles. Small ear-like projections called auricles are present on the top of the each atrium. So yeah, internal structure consists of septum, valves, papillary muscles, and cordae, wall layers. So the first one, septum, is divided into right and left sides by a muscular wall called as septums. Heart has four valves that regulate blood flow and prevent backflow during contractions. Ten, Tendineae inside the ventricles, there are small projections called as papillary muscles. The heart wall has three layers: epicardium, myocardium, as well as endocardium. So yeah, the mainly diseases in that occurs in heart and its cues. So the first one, so CAD, called as coronary arteries diagnosis, a coronary artery diseases that supply blood to the heart muscles become narrow or blocked due to the buildup of plaque. So the treatment has its lifetime changes such as heart healthy diet, regular exercise, smoking cessations, and stress management that can manage CAD. A heart occurs when a coronary artery becomes completely blocked, leading to the death of a part of the heart muscles due to the lack of oxygen. So treatment, immediate medical attention is crucial during heart attack. Failure happens when the heart cannot pump enough blood to meet the body's need adequately. Treatment manage of heart failure includes lifetime changes such as low sodium diet, full restriction, and regular physical activity. So next one is the major kind of heart diseases. Is the most prevalent type of heart diseases such as heart failure, heart attack, Paramethesis and valvular heart disease involves problems with the heart valves, as well as HCM is a genetic condition where the heart muscle thickens, affecting its ability to pump blood effectively. Heart occurs as a coronary artery becomes complicatedly blocked, usually by a blood clot, leading to the death or part of the heart muscles due to lack of oxygen. Heart failure, it is a kind of condition in which heart cannot pump efficient blood, leading to the inadequate blood supply to meet the body's needs. Are abnormal heat rhythms where the heart may beat too fast or too slow or irregular. Involves problem with the heart valves such as stenosis or regulation. HCM is genetic condition where the heart muscle thickens, affecting its ability to pump blood itself at an effective rate. Next is you have congenital heart defects, arterioschlerosis, endocarditis, and pulmonary hypertension. Is an infection of the heart valves or the inner lining of the heart chambers, usually caused by bacteria. Has its high blood pressure in the arteries that supply blood to the lungs, putting strains on the right side of the heart. Arterioschlerosis is a condition characterized by building of a fatty deposits in the arteries during blood flow and increasing the rise of heart attack and strokes. Next, another topic is the circulatory system of the heart. The heart is a muscular organ located in its activity slightly to the left of the midline. It's divided into four chambers, two upper chambers called as atria and two lower chambers called as ventricles. Right atrium receives deoxygenated blood from the body through the superior and inferior vena cava, receives oxygenated blood through the lungs through the pulmonary veins. Right ventricle pumps deoxygenated blood to the lungs for oxygenation, and the left ventricle pumps the oxygenated blood to the rest of the body. Deoxygenated blood enters the right atrium from the body through the vena cava. From the right atrium, blood flows through the tricuspid valve into the right ventricle. So yeah, circulatory system of the heart. Uh, the aorta is the largest artery in the body and carries oxygenated blood to the all organs and tissues. Left ventricle contracts powerfully pumping oxygenated blood to the aortic wall into the aorta. Right ventricle contracts, pumping deoxygenated blood through the pulmonary valves into the pulmonary artery. Later, the pulmonary artery carries deoxygenated blood to the lungs where it picks up oxygen and releases carbon dioxide. Oxygenated blood returns from the lungs to the left atrium through the pulmonary veins. From the left atrium, blood flows through the mitral valve into the left ventricle. Later, the left ventricle contracts, powerfully pumping oxygenated blood through the aortic wall and into the aorta. So later, the cycle repeats. The cardiac system mainly consists of cardiac cycles, has two phases, diastole as well as systole. Diastole is the relaxation phase when the heart chambers fill with the blood. Systole is the contraction phase when the heart chambers pump out of the heart. Blood vessels from a network that transports blood to and to the heart throughout the body. Arteries carry oxygenated blood away from the heart to the organs as well as tissues. Veins returns deoxygenated blood from the oxygen and tissues back to the heart. Itself has its own blood supply through the coronary arteries. Capillaries these are thin blood vessels that allow for the exchange of oxygen products between the blood and the blood cells. So later we have location and the size of the heart. Heart is just located at the thoracic cavity of the chest, slightly to the left of the midline. The heart size can vary depending on factors such as age, sex, blood size, and overall health. Heart location and size are essential for its proper function and in pumping and circulating blood throughout the body. Heart valves as well as function. Location: the pulmonary valves is located between the right ventricle and pulmonary artery. Location: the tricuspid valve is situated between the right atrium and the right ventricle. Consists of three flaps, a leaflet which opens and closes like a door to control blood flow. The tricuspid valve prevents the backflow of blood from the right ventricle into the right atrium during ventricle contraction. Location: the mitral valve is located between the left atrium and the left ventricle. Structure has two leaflets that open and close to the control blood flow. Next is the aortic wall. Its location is positioned between the left ventricle and the aorta, the main artery that carries oxygen blood to the rest of the body. Like the pulmonary valve, it also has three semilunar cups. The aortic valve prevents the backflow of blood from the aortic back into the left ventricle during ventricular relaxation. Later on, we have blood vessels connected to the heart. Arteries carry oxygen blood away from the heart and distributes it to the various organs and tissues throughout the body. Largest artery is the aorta, which originates from the left ventricle and carries oxygenated blood to the rest of the body through its numerous branches. Other major arteries include the pulmonary artery, which carries deoxygenated blood to the lungs for oxygenation, and the coronary arteries, which supply oxygen blood to the heart muscles. Veins transport oxygenated blood back to the heart and oxygenation. Superior vena cava as well as the inferior vena cava are the two main veins that return deoxygen blood from the upper and lower part of the body, respectively to the right atrium of the heart. So the next one is blood vessels connected to the heart. Pulmonary veins non are the only veins that carry oxygen blood, bringing it from the lungs to the left atrium of the heart. Capillaries facilitate the exchange of oxygen, nutrients, waste products, and substance between the blood and body cells and tissues. Oxygen nutrients diffuse out of the capillaries into the surrounding tissues, while waste products like carbon dioxide and metabolic byproducts move from the tissues into the capillary to be transported away. Capillaries are thin walled blood vessels that connect the small branches of the arteries to the smallest veins. Coronary circulation. The right coronary artery originates from the aorta and branches off to the blood to the right atrium. Parts of both ventricles and back of the heart. Left coronary artery also arises from the aorta and quickly divides it into two major branches. Left anterior descending artery. The LAD supplies the front and sides of the sides to the left ventricle and septum. The LPC wraps around the left side of the heart and supplies blood to the left atrium and back to the left ventricle. Coronary circulation, so it mainly includes coronary veins, coronary circulation during the cardiac cycle, and its heart diseases. From the heart muscles is collected by the coronary veins and drained into the right atrium. During the cardiac cycle, blood flows through the coronary circulation is dynamically regulated based on the heart needs. It is a condition where the coronary arteries become narrow or blocked due to the build-up or plaque required during the blood flow to the heart muscles. Later, we have a heart conduction system. The SA node is often referred to as the natural pacemaker of the heart, becomes it initiates the heartbeat and sets the heart's rhythm. Near the entrance of the superior vena cava, SA node generates the electrical impulses spontaneously at regular intervals. SA node spreads across the atria, causing them to contract and push blood into the ventricles. It is, later, the AV node is a small bundle of specialized cells located between the atria and the ventricles near the tricuspid valve and the right side of the heart. Also acts as a gatekeeper, developing the electrical impulses received from the SA node, allowing the atria to contract fully before the ventricles are stimulated. Heart conduction system. This delays ensures effective blood flow and coordinates between the atria and ventricles. Bundle of this then divides into heart and left bundle branches, which carries the electrical signals to the ventricles. Rapid transmit to the electrical impulse from the heart branches to the ventricular muscles, causing the ventricles to contract simultaneously. Purkinje fibers are a network of specialized conducting fibers that extend through the ventricles. Electrical conduction system initiates the coordination into the cardiac cycle, which consists of two phases, diastole as well as systole. Heart condition system, it also includes SA node that generates the electrical impulse that spread across the atria, causing atrial conduction during the atrial systole. Electrical impulse reaches the AV node where there is a brief delay allowing time contact and push blood into the ventricles. After the delay, electrical signal travels rapidly down the bundle of his anglers as well as Purkinje fibers. Simultaneously, ventricle contraction during the ventricle systole. Once the electrical activity subsides, the heart muscles relax as well as process repeat for the next heartbeat. Later on, we have heart health as well as common conditions. Regular exercise, maintaining a balanced diet as well as quit smoking, maintain a healthy weight as well as manage stress. The first one's regular maintenance of regular exercise is an engaging in a regular exercise physical activity such as walking, jogging, swimming, or cycling can improve heart health, low blood pressure, and reduce the risk of heart disease. Balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats can help manage cholesterol levels, blood pressure, and weight. Quit smoking, it's a major risk factor for heart diseases. Being overweight or obese can strain the heart and increase the risk of heart disease. Manage stress, chronic stress, and could contribute to the heart diseases. Common conditions in the heart health is coronary artery, heart attack, heart failure, arrhythmias, and valvular heart diseases. The common heart condition CAD occurs when the coronary arteries that block blood supply to the heart become narrow or blocked due to the buildup of plaque. A heart attack can occur when the coronary artery becomes completely blocked, leading to the death of a part of the heart muscles during the lack of oxygen. Heart failure happens when the heart cannot pump efficient blood, leading to the inadequate blood supply to meet the body's need. Or abnormal arrhythmias are the abnormal heart rhythms where the heart may beat too fast or too slow or irregularly. Valvular disease involves problems with the heart valves such as stenosis and regurgitations. Hypertension as well as peripheral artery diseases, the PAD. Hypertension is an uncontrolled high blood pressure can damage blood vessels and strains the heart, increasing the risk of heart disease and stroke. Uh, PAD is a condition where arterioles affect the arteries outside the heart, most commonly in the heart, leading to the reduced blood flow to the limbs. Conclusion: the I want to say that is heart is a vital organ responsible for the pumping blood and maintaining the circulation of oxygen, nutrients, and waste products. Heart health is essentially for overall well-being and maintaining a healthy lifestyle. It's crucial in preventing heart-related conditions. The main significance of is sustaining life makes it a vital focus in healthcare and advancement in medical science, improving to the treatment options and outcome for heart-related conditions. So here we end up this session. So thank you. Have a nice day.